I went to Juba, South.
The first civilization to take Africans up.
There is okay. Thank you so much, guys, for joining. I'm seeing Hillary, you are in audio format. Producer Bajoyas to be. Thank you so much for joining. And of course, MP, one of our MP in Cindy, Mr. Frederick. Okay? Thank you for joining. Hello.
Thank you for hosting us.
Yes. I will request at the front of your camera, there is a symbol of a microphone. You will mute that microphone probably so that you first, I'm requesting you all first mute your microphones and then unmute them so that we can see if our audio is playing clear and okay. Yes, yes. Thank you so much. Now we can unmute it. That shows that your audio is kicking in and everyone will be able to listen to your audio. I'm trying to clear everything. I'm so very, very excited for tonight because I've got most of the brainstormers, starting with Hillary Cavandiz, one of the journalists, of course, working with he has created his own platform and young youth in the part of and Davis Pro, if you see, he's one of the producers, Cindy, but also a contestant in the political arena, one of the member of Parliament, Banage Frederick Bitamule. Thank you for joining our straight talk show, where we talk at the truth without biting whatsoever. And then for those who are joining us, I'm seeing the comments are coming through. Thank you so much. Of course, I believe, let me first check in the comments and get to know who is watching. K. Williams is live from the United States of America, and he is watching. He says, hope all is well. K. Williams, thank you so much for joining our live, and please, I'm requesting you do share to our United States family and friends. Also join and get to know what is happening in the political arena of Uganda. I've brought the three brainstormers. The reason why I particularly chose this men I'm having. There is a lady who will be joining us along the way, but for now, let me first handle these men. Brothers, let's first introduce ourselves, starting with the Frederick Bitamule.
Thank you. Am I loud and clear?
Yes.
Am I loud and clear?
Yes, you are.
Thank you, our host. I'm Banage Frederick Bitamale. Candidate has been talk. I have a plug there. I'm a candidate, and I happen to be Masindi district. I thank you.
Thank you so much. And now, Professor Davis.
Thank you, our host. But I think there is a problem. I was not hearing what Frederick was talking. Either the audio was not clear. I don't know where the problem is.
It is the network, his network where he is. I've also realized that, but it will stabilize.
Okay, thank you very much. As they've already introduced yourselves, my name is Mugisha Davis, also known as Joyous. I'm a music producer, but currently an aspirant, a councillor, going at the municipal southern ward here in Masindi municipality. Thank you very much, our host. I really appreciate this. Is a very good platform that we can share many ideas.
Thank you so much. And of course, I've got one of the journalist practitioners, Hilary Kubandize. Please, Hilary.
Hello, everyone. Hope you are doing well. Thank you so much, Maria, and the fellows on the panel. I've seen Davis, I've seen Frederick Wanage, and others. Well, I'm Hilary Trevor Kawandize Afudi. I can't leave the pet name behind. I'm a born of Masindi, born and raised in Nyanga here, and I'm a journalist by profession. I also host the YouTube show, the names called the Hilary Kabandizo show, where my aim is to document all successful stories in Masindi and Unyoro at large, which will help to inspire and transform the public. Glad to be here. Thank you so much.
Yes, it's a pleasure hosting you guys on African Pansy TV, where we bring Africa to your doorsteps. And now, of course, this platform was created to bring information all over Africa, not only Uganda, but entire Africa, to those in diaspora and those who don't really know what is going on in Africa now. The topic today is Uganda Decides 2026. And apparently, I'm so glad that the people I'm having are people who are well equipped when it comes to politics, and they're very much aware with the political environment in Uganda. Now, before we dive into our question, come next year, January 2016, that will be a 15th, when Ugandans will decide to choose one or among the biggest positions in Uganda, starting with the presidency. We shall have the members of parliament, the LOC5, and Uganda is leaving Uganda for now. I would say we are in our campaign season, or because our presidential campaign season, where we are seeing different presidential candidates moving all over the world. I'll say this without fear that I'm glad that I'm having two of the biggest opposition parties being represented on this talk show, and that is the National Unity Platform, represented by Joyous or Mugisha Davis, and also the FDC being represented by Frederick Banage. With me, I should say I'm extremely excited. This is going to be a very, very interesting moment. Now, I pose the first question, and I'm gonna pose this. I think we have lost Hilary Bandize, but I'm gonna pose the first question to the two people with me. Of course, the first question is going to be, why are we seeing more of independent candidates contesting this time round in Uganda? We know that Uganda is a multi-party government. Uganda has a multi-party government where we see a lot of people coming in from different political parties. We have got NUP, that's the National Unity Platform. We've got the FDC. We have got DP. We have got the NRM, that is the ruling party. But this time round, why are we seeing many candidates who have come outside the box of the party? We usually call them independent candidates. Banage, why do you think we are having many independent candidates?
In first place, Maria, we should understand that our history as a country, when we joined the multi-party democracy, at our genesis, the leaders in place had to blackmail the political parties. And you see, their bottom line agenda was not to accept these political parties to grow. So we have survived in an atmosphere of capture where political parties have not been given a leverage of mobilization. And all political parties, apart from NRM, all these parties have been blackmailed as enemy groupings. That's why you see most Ugandans, by default or design by the ruling party, tend to align themselves with NRM, whereas it is a wagon of thieves whereby they cannot survive their machinations in the party. Once they fail to get these flags, they end up coming as independents, and not even independent, they tend to pretend to be independent, but when they're aligning with NRM. And when they win elections, they sign reckless arrangements with the ruling party, independent, end up having been a scapegoat, not a real intention of these people who stand. So you'll find that our atmosphere, we have survived in a state capture, and people fear to join these political families in the name of fearing to, thinking that when they pretend to be independent, so they end up coming as independents. But in any case, when they're not independent, and most of them are aligning with the NRM. And these are cowards in this country, FDC or NUP. Hello? Am I loud and clear? Hello? I wish that if we are to have a better country as a matter of way forward, I wish we had stringent. In 2016, a law had been initiated in Parliament that for anybody to be independent must have completed the whole year not being in any political party activity. But the ruler of this country deliberately refused to sign it. I wish it had been signed. It would have been a law which would make these cowards align themselves with these political groupings. I thank you.
About that, I have gone to share this live with family. Here we are saying that internet
Excuse me.
is up, Maria.
Have I been loud and clear?
You something that is so skilled, that is cracking behind. I don't know what it is. But I had going to share this live with I think someone is trying to join, but again I don't know how the person is joining. But of course, for the points, actually, this is when we look at Africa's politics, and more so Uganda, we are living in a government that, of course, keeps on hailing it is a static sound. Okay. William says he's hearing the hush or the sound that is not very okay. Like I was saying, if you look at the government of Uganda or the government system in Uganda, we are meant to believe that we are living in a democracy or we are living in a democratic environment or political system. And of course, when it is democratic or if it is a democratic system, you find that a lot of people are allowed to, first of all, democracy comes with the freedom of expression, speech, and also a right to contest, to vote, and decide who your leader is going to be. And Banage, according to what you are trying to let us know, according to your words in a short, you are trying to say we are living in a country where apparently democracy is not democracy. And there is a lot more to that. Okay. All right. Unfortunately, we have lost, I think, Hilary Kabandize and also Davis Mugisa. It would be extremely nice if they would rejoin us back. But I got a message from Davis, I guess, a bit quota. But I'm going to pose a second question with of course, the person I have with me in the studio, and that is Banake Frederick. Frederick, allow me, do you think Ugandans are ready for the new leadership? Do you think Ugandans are ready? I've seen a lot of youth. Everyone claims we are tired, people are tired. Do you think these people are ready? Are they ready to make the change? Are they ready to bring change? Do you think, more especially, do you think that youths are very ready for the new leadership, for Uganda to have the change in power?
What I can tell you, Maria, the young people of this country have nowhere they call home other than Uganda. To have a Uganda, and we were ready as far as maybe far back yesterday to have a better leadership and a better government. And that's why you see Ugandans are excited, but we should also understand our citizens, the young people, may adamantly think that the leadership may be changed by a vote. But we need to understand that we are under state capture. The citizens will vote, but the Electoral Commission is in the whims of the candidate and who is the president. We have advocated for a constitutional transition whereby a leader should always stand as a leader. By now, Mr. Museveni would have been a candidate, not a president at the same time. So he's using the state machination by virtue of appointing the Electoral Commission, using state machination, the state instrument, the instrument of power, which is ultimate instrument of terror, to oppress and suppress and make sure that he is announced. So Ugandans must organize themselves beyond the vote to make Ugandans be ready to reclaim their country, because we have few individuals who are holding this country by having the instrument of power, which is an ultimate instrument of terror, in their hands, using it to oppress very many million Ugandans. So it is our time to organize ourselves, mobilize ourselves beyond the vote. that if that sinister machination fail the will of the people to be heard, then we must have an alternative way of reclaiming our country. But Ugandans were as ready as yesterday.
That is quite, you know, listening to you describe this gives me goosebumps, and I'm like, wow. Thank you so much, Frederick Banage, for that insight. And actually, I love the fact that you believe Ugandans are ready.
Very
and I
ready.
think a lot of politicians or a lot of people in Uganda keep on saying Ugandans, more especially the youths, are not ready. But before that, Joby, thank you so much for joining our live, and hi back to you. I hope you are doing good, sis. It has been long time, Joby. Thank you so much for joining our live and watching us. Please share, and share. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I'm seeing Hilary Kabandize is, of course, here. Let me add him back into the studios. I am Hilary. Okay.
Madam Maria.
Yes. Yes. Okay. I'm seeing Hillary and Jessica Robert are coming in. I'm trying so much to make sure. And the question I posed is extremely important that these people also answer or reply to these very questions. But I guess they are coming back and forth and they are again leaving the studio. I don't know. This is quite tricky because now we have to move to other questions. You guys are coming in and then you are coming out. You're back and forth, which is and yet we are supposed to keep on moving, and you're going to miss the biggest questions, like the previous question. Of course, I asked Kabandize. We are going to, of course, be joined by one of still a new representative, and that is Jessica Robert. He's one of a good brainstormer. Unfortunately, I don't know whether it is the network issue because he's up country, and I'm seeing he's joining and he's back and forth in the studio. So I'm not able to join him, or I'm not able to, of course, click him to allow him enter in the studios. Banage, you were saying something. Frederick. All right, I'm seeing, do you okay, let me first read this. Do you have a new leader over there that can be trusted? That's a question K. Williams is asking. Banage, I hope you are you are listening in. I have a question coming from K. Williams, and he is asking that, do you have a new leader that you are trusting, a new leader over in Uganda that we can trust? Banage, that's a question being asked by a brother from the United States of America, and is called K. Williams by name. That's Keith Williams, and is posing a question to you that, do you have a new leader in Uganda that you believe people can trust, or a leader that can be trusted? That's a question to you, Frederick Banage. Frederick, hello. I think Frederick is not getting me clear. I think he's not getting me clear. And please, you can still drop in a comment if at all my audio is not okay, because I can see Frederick is not getting me. Okay, Frederick.
I'm getting you. Yes.
Okay, there is a question a brother posed. Hello, there is a question a brother post. He's called Keith Williams from the United States of America. In the comment section, he has asked a question that do you have a new leader that you believe can be trusted by the people? In his words, let me first read his comment. He has said, do you have a new leader over there that can be trusted?
We have two leaders, to me, who have emanated from the population of Uganda, and that is Nathan Nandala Mafabi and Bobby Wine. These two leaders, once citizens entrust any of them, they have no history of terror, they have no history of military, they have no history of dictatorship, and these are people who have been with us, and we trust them, they are capable, and any of them will lead us well.
All right, so K. Williams, those are of course thoughts of Frederick Banaga. He mentioned too that is of course the president of the National Unity Platform, of course Kyagulanyi Robert, who is of course contesting for presidency come January 15th, 2026, and he says probably he's one of the people he believes is trusted. And then there is also another, probably K. Williams. This is your first time hearing this. I know people in the US have been aware of Bobby Wine or Robert Kyagulanyi. And then there is another he mentioned that is Nandala Mafabi. He's one of the people contesting for presidency here in Uganda. So far, so good. Let me pause. Another question. I don't know. I'm not seeing Yesiga Robert. I'm not seeing Mugisha Davis. I'm not seeing Hillary Kabandiza, the one we're supposed to also have here on our, of course, straight talk show. I have to thank you, Banage, once again for, of course, joining us on this talk show where we bring Africa to your doorstep. Most of the people who always watch these shows are people in diaspora now. These are Africans, these are Ugandans, these are Nigerians, South Africans, Black Americans, people in Ghana. Thank you for joining. Kenyans, thank you for joining. I can see Joby has represented extremely well South Africa, and I'm seeing Mama Zali, and I'm seeing other brothers from other countries of Africa. I'm seeing Nameka from Nigeria. Thank you for joining, and also, of course, loving our show. Now, this is where we bring Africa to your doorstep. We don't only talk about Uganda, we talk about the entire African continent. And this time around, I'm so very, very privileged and extremely grateful to host a show that, of course, is describing or talking about the landscape of my own motherland, Uganda. Now, I'm going to pose the third question to, of course, Banage now. The question is going to be, which political party do you think has the vision that Ugandans want? Which political party? I guess it is just like the same question. It's like the same question K. Williams asked about. So I'm going to skip that. It's like K. Williams asked exactly my questionnaires. But again, I'm still going to ask another question. Do you think Ugandans need change? And if they need, what change? Why? Banag.
We should also understand that our population as a country has been deliberately impoverished. And we have a section of Ugandans who think must be, first of all, be given money to vote. Whereas we have a section of Ugandans who think it is their duty as citizens to determine a better leadership by voting wisely without being compromised. And all these people are ready to vote. Others are ready to vote when they are compromised, while others are ready to vote when they are not compromised. So you'll find that as we are heading, these political parties, we need just first of all to look at their manifesto. Their manifesto establishes the contract which they intend to make with the citizens of Uganda. As a member of FDC, Forum for Democratic Change, have read the manifesto, and the manifesto of our party addresses governance concerns in this country, where right from independence we have never had a peaceful transit bloodshed. So our manifesto, it addresses concerns of poverty, how poverty can be addressed. It addresses issues of term limits, issues of citizens being built mentally and their capacity to be organized, and make sure that all spaces, political spaces, are opened. The issues of censorship will be curtailed to make sure that freedom prevails in the country. To me, I feel that the FDC has an agenda to make sure that our citizens are economically liberated and politically liberated. We have had a challenge that as a country, when you look at our economy, we are almost, we have mortgaged our country to a tune of 100 trillion, whereby when you look at our economic indices as a country, our riches may not go beyond 180 trillion, but we have a debt of over 100 trillion. And whereas when we look at our population, 90+% of our population in an abject poverty. So we cannot address governance issues without addressing the economic issues. Make sure that our citizens are liberated economically. And when I look at our manifesto as FDC, it has a concern of addressing poverty, addressing education as an institution, to make sure that we establish the tomorrow of Uganda, because we can't establish the tomorrow of Uganda without having a better education, an education which is all around, which must prepare citizens for this 21st century. Not an education, we have had an education system which is colonial, which do not match with the demands of the 21st. It has every component to address all these challenges to make sure that Uganda also happens to be a better country to live in.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And again, that is a very, let me add someone who has,
Marie.
Yes. Yes, Frederick. Yes, I can hear you. You were calling my name.
Okay.
Yes, I do.
You hear me?
I do have another question. A question that, of course, is why is democracy failing in Uganda and Africa at large? Why do you think democracy is failing in Uganda and Africa at large?
We have individuals in Africa. Am I loud and clear?
Yes, yes, yes.
We have individuals in Africa who have a sense of entitlement. They look at these countries as their personal projects. They look at these countries as sole entrepreneurs of these countries. So instead of having knowing that their leadership is just for a while, they think these are their personal projects which they must rule, not even govern. That's why they tend to make sure that they suppress all voices of liberty. They suppress all voices of freedom. They suppress all voices of democracy. And they tend to capture state institutions. They would have been they would have been power, the instrument of power, become the instrument of terror against their citizens. So they have no sense of having that power, knowing that it originates or it emanates from the people. They think it is their own power, which they must impose on the citizens, oppress and suppress them, compel them to march according to their wish as few individuals. That's why democracy in Africa has failed. So it goes back to the citizens of Africa, Africans, to liberate themselves from these domestic imperialists. These are domestic imperialists. We just have, and it is the neocolonial tendency. Some of these are agents of big powers outside. So they're agents of big powers, and that's why you find that the big powers outside, they're agents, they have international machinations with them. They are looting Africa. They are looting their own citizens, and they are masquerading as leaders. But when they are agents of foreign powers against their own citizens as Africa, so it goes back to us as citizens of Africa. After chasing away the colonialists, we must also get rid of these domestic imperialists, so that we, instead of having rulers, we get leaders.
That that is beautiful. Thank you so much for that great comment, Frederick Banage. Now, this is something we usually talk about, the neo-colonialism, the type of governance where we see rulers, but when there are other big faces behind these people, I guess we are having faces that are not the leaders. Like you said, we are having leaders who are working for other people, who are working for not the citizens, but other governments or countries outside Africa, in short. I'm seeing Jibi Jaba, he has joined us, and I'm saying, hi, much success, peace. I'm listening to your discussion while working. Shout out to you. Thank you so much, Jibi Jaba, from the United States of America. Thank you so much for joining our live. And of course, we saw one of the comments asking what a great man you are. This is for you, Frederick. Someone says you're so great and smart, and of course you are. So yes, they loved the way you respond to the question, and then they are looking forward to having you yet another time. Yeah, I believe I'll be bringing Frederick at this one in a while, so that we can brainstorm all these different things that are, of course, are affecting not only Uganda but also Africa and the Black community in the entire world. Now, Frederick, I pose to you another question. I think the colleagues are not coming. I'm seeing a message, someone's like the lights and so on. Maybe I data, no, but of course it's fine. Let me pose another question to you, Frederick. Now,
Yes.
Uganda has discovered gold, which which is already being sold, and which is and of course oil, which is set to start on July. That is 2026. The government promised that we shall start to, of course, sell oil. That is next year in July. Now you are somewhere. You are a representative who is coming from the oil region. That is the western part of Uganda, and Hoima, one of the cities in Uganda, is in your kingdom as well. And so, why? So, do you think this region will benefit from the oil? We have had rumors that the oil is already in transit. Now, those are just rumors. The government has not come out to clarify, and it has not actually proved that these rumors are true. But you, as someone who's living in the oil region, what do you think about this? And do you think your region is going to benefit from the oil?
our advocacy has been that we benefit from oil, but the oil agreements have happened to be very secretive. Not even MPs know about them. So without knowing the oil agreements, it is hard for us to say that we may benefit. Only to look at some of the infrastructure which has been put in place, like roads, which leads to these oil wells, and at the same time, the citizens of Uganda around Bunyoro use these roads for their own businesses. That's the only thing I can look at. And then, at the genesis of this oil exploration, production, and everything, there was a rumor that will be given opportunity under the local content to have an opportunity of working or getting tenders of supplies and what have you in the oil industry. But what has happened, all tenders in the oil industry, where if I can look at Bunyoro as a nation, all people in that industry are foreign. And we have no hand or touch on people, on those people who are within the oil business. We should also understand that when we look at our international market where oil is being sold, you'll find that Uganda has a position of selling oil. And whereas here we have a hoodwink that oil has not yet been sold. But when we are already on the market, you'll find we have a position of sellers of oil. This is what establishes that oil has been taken and it is already on market, our oil as a country. Therefore, I can't, I have no capacity of making a declaration that this is what we shall enjoy. We are not aware of the oil agreements. Even these MPs, the incumbent MPs cannot tell. And that's what, Maria, you remember, in 2011, His Majesty the King had sent members of parliament from our region to make sure that they avoid the agreement to the kingdom. And MPs didn't bring anything. And that's why the king entered parliament is himself. So that
we are being disturbed a bit by the network, I think, from Frederick's side. Frederick, your network is a little bit disturbing, but so far so good. The conversation or the talk show has been a good one, and I hope your network recovers. I can see you're being disturbed by the network a little bit. Now, in other words, Frederick is trying to let us know that already we have lost Frederick. I guess that's because of the network. Now, Frederick was trying to let us understand that as much as Ugandan government has informed us that come 2026, that is next year in July, Uganda will be, of course, opening the oil trade, or sector. We shall be selling oil. And Banage is trying to let us know that the oil is already being sold, that if you try to look in the market, you realize that Uganda is already selling oil. Yet the government says we have not sold oil yet. And then you also said that the region, that is the Bunyoro Kingdom, where the oil has been discovered, agreements are being done secretly. Now, these are Banage's words. He says the agreements are being done secretly. The kingdom itself doesn't know, and the people in that particular region, not only those people, but also Ugandans, don't know what is going on with the oil. All we know is that the government says we are going to start selling our oil, that is next year in July. And then other people are claiming the oil is already being sold. And we don't know who is going to account for this. It is so unfortunate that we have lost, of course, Frederick Banage. Of course, there is a question that someone was asking, and this is Setu was asking Banage that ask Fred not to vote or select leaders out of sympathy. This was, of course, a question from Setu, and he's posing. Let me also check on other questions, and this is okay. Hello, Maria. It's a fantastic show. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Setu. Let me see. Look up, guys. You can drop in your comments, and I'm Sinka Williams, GB Jabba, and of course, GB Jabba Steel. Nyolong. Oh God, who's this? He said Mr. Banage is very right. I like his expression. Okay, this one likes you. Okay. Let me see another. Let me try and see another. Please, guys, do subscribe. And of course, here is where we are going to be bringing you a lot. On this show, we have got platforms, of course, where people's voices are being revised or restricted now. On this platform, we say it the way it is. And we state facts. And of course, like we said, we do the fact checking and we break the barriers. We break the barriers of course, censored journalism. Inosetu has come live in our studios. Let me add him up. Inosetu.
Maria, good evening.
Good evening. Thank you for joining.
How is today? I hope your day's been so good.
Fantastic.
Yeah. By the way, thank you for all those panelists that you have brought today. It is really good and amazing that we still have people who have that political sense in our country. But there is something that I want to actually, it's not a clarification. This is a supplement to Mr. Banage's words. What we should, as we are looking for a new leader in Uganda, as we are looking forward for elections in 2026, let's not look for leaders just because we feel sympathy for them. Not even presidents, even MPs. When you look at, for example, when you look at some opposition political parties, this is where people are looking for. This is where people see hope. As per now, people see hope in opposition. But when you look at the leading candidate, most of the leading candidates on actually those who are leading flags on different positions on the opposition, some of them, you see, they have the capability. They have political capability to make their communities move forward. When you look at other people, when you look at other candidates, they don't even have that political sense. I know you get when I talk about political sense, you get. So let's not choose people. Actually, this goes to all my fellow Ugandans. Let's not choose people just because we feel sympathy for those people.
Yes,
someone has been jailed. Someone has been jailed for 3 months in a police custody, and we feel sorry for that person. Let him come for an MP. Let's not do that.
allow me, say to, there is one of a politician that I know. People voted because she has been, that person has been coming into, has been coming and failing and coming and failing. So people said, this time round, she has tried many times. Let's give her. I think this is not only in Uganda, but Africans have got this tendency of choosing people or electing people or giving in their votes to people that just because they feel sorry. All right. And this is why we are failing. People are choosing others because they speak their languages. The tribalism, people are choosing others because they share the same religion. We are not choosing people for the right purpose, right? And probably this is going to be the next topic that we shall be having about the way Africans should decide and the changes we should put in, of course, the way we make choices of our leaders to make sure that, well, of course, we avoid these cryings and the tears we have after making the decisions that are going to take apparently a very long time. We always think a president is coming for 5 years. They take 30, they take 64. So make a decision wisely before you may think, let's take the person there because the person is going to only last for 5 years. And look what is happening. The person is going to last for 40, 30, 60 years because of the decision you made at first. Thank you, Innocent. That is very, very extremely important. Please continue.
And secondly, Mr. Banage, I think he talked about this. When you look at the political structure in Uganda, when you look at
All right, I was someone was trying to text, but I'm having colleagues who want to join, but unfortunately, I don't know whether it is the network. Oh, someone is back here. Mhm. Hillary. I don't know why Hillary is failing. Hillary, I don't know why you're failing. I don't know why he's failing. All right, I can hear you now. Hillary, you've been back
Hello,
and forth.
hello, Maria. I'm sorry my network is disturbing,
Mm,
but I'm now on.
yes.
Yes.
We have also been joined by Monica. Monica, thank you for joining.
Thank you for welcoming me today.
All right, now, of course, Banage left us, and you guys have not been here, but we've been, of course, with one of the FDC representative, Frederick Banage, but he answered some of questions, and everyone in the comment section was overwhelmed with his approach. And with me, I can tell you in the studios, I'm having two journalists, that is Mrs. Monica and then Mr. Hillary. Now, this, I know we are going to handle this very, very professionally. And I'm going to, I'm seeing someone else is also requesting to join. Let me see who is this. Okay. The person has, of course, left the studio. Let me still pose this question. It goes. The first question I'm going to ask the lady, the only female we have here on our panel today. Monica, before that, thank you for joining. Please introduce yourself.
Hello, good evening, everyone. My name is Monica Navyonga, and I'm a journalist by professional. I'm a practicing communications officer with an organization called Safe Road. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. There is a bit of a background that is cracking a little bit. I don't know whether it is from Hillary or Mrs. Monica. Mrs. Monica, thank you so much for joining. Now I'm going to pose this question to you. And why do you think democracy is failing in Uganda and Africa at large?
Thank you very much. Actually, the reason why democracy is failing in Uganda and in Africa at large is because we left the word patriotism is left on paper. It's not in people's hearts. People are not thinking about it. People are only thinking about themselves, and people are only thinking about today. People don't think about tomorrow. That's why you see democracy is failing. Because if people were thinking about today and tomorrow and other days to come, for sure we would have democracy. But since people only think of today and actually now, people think of today and now. That's why we cannot have democracy at all. Because if at all, actually, even I think history, people are no longer reading history, and people are no longer even interested in hearing what happened time before they came. When you look right now, we have people that actually are even acting as gods, people that are even being praised. People have forgotten what happened to the late later Milton Obote. People have already forgotten what happened to Idi Amin. People have already forgotten all those ruckuses. People are now focusing on now, not even tomorrow, not what now. People are only thinking about now. So if you're only thinking about now, it's like for example, Maria, I can give you an example. For example, if you're working and then maybe this thingy that all of us are going to die, of course you cannot save. You cannot save because you think, hey, since now I'm going to die, I have my 50,000 here. I should go and eat cafe javas. I should go and eat something, like I should spend all the money because anytime I'm dying. But if at all you're thinking about tomorrow, that even tomorrow is there, the other day is there, for sure you will be forced to save. But since we are only thinking about today, that's why we don't have democracy.
In other words, in other words, we don't have hope for tomorrow.
No, you Africans, we don't have hope for tomorrow.
Or do we have a pretty leader? So apparently we are very hopeless.
Very, very hopeless. Look now what's happening in Tanzania. Remember the later John Pombe Magufuli, when he was around, how the guy used to behave, the way he managed the country and everything, just in a short while. But look at what is happening now. Over thousands have died, but she doesn't care. Who cares? She doesn't. So that means that she's only thinking about today, not even actually thinking about her children, her family, or what. Because these things, actually, that's why you're going to see that in Africa it will be very hard for us to
Mm.
have peace. Because what you do now, Maria, it will determine your tomorrow, and even not only actually your family, your children, and everyone actually in your line. Hmm? You're seeing actually right now, I don't know if you've noticed, we've seen children of those the later, actually, Mia, I already see there is a son of the late Idi Amin Dada, but the way he's being treated, the way people talk ill about him because of the father, because this son was young by then and he was not involved in anything by then. But right now, because of the father, what the father did and what, people are now ill talking the son. People are putting the blame on the son because right now it is the son that is leaving. You understand? So what people don't think about, why I'm saying that we are hopeless is because, Maria, if you're thinking about today, tomorrow, and the other days to come, there are things, trust me, that you will not do because they will affect your tomorrow, they will affect your lineage. But if you're hopeless, of course you can do anything. That's evident. Thank you.
That question. Apparently, people are hopeless. People don't think about the future. People are selfish. I should put that better. People are very selfish. They don't really care what is going to happen when they take this leadership. But when you become a leader, you are a leader of today and tomorrow. People will read about you in histories. Legacy is not something that a lot of Africans are putting into consideration, because she has given us an example of the children of the late former president of Uganda, Idi Amin, who are, of course, paying for their father's crime emotionally. All right, they have the money, that is for sure. But emotionally, people keep on blaming them for the mistakes their father probably committed when he was a president in Uganda. So I feel like legacy is something that a lot of Ugandan leaders are not putting into consideration. They are not ashamed to leave the dirt behind for other people to sweep. And this one is a challenge for even the new leaders that come into place, because apparently someone is going to it has to come and clean all the dirt you left behind. Of course, with me, Hillary, is it you? Or am I still having Monica?
Yeah, I'm around.
Hillary has left. Now, this, of course, this show was to have, we are supposed to have a 1 hour show according to our schedule. And then allow me, Monica, I'm looking forward to having you yet on another debate. I hope you're free. Probably we shall have to reschedule our time, and I guess probably have a she talk. I always love to have women brainstorming. We are few women who come out to talk about politics in Africa.
Sure, I'll be around, Maria.
Yeah, thank you so much. It's so unfortunate that you came in a bit late. Thank you so much for joining our live. We had scheduled this for an hour, and our an hour has already elapsed. I'm seeing Henry is trying to come in the studio, but of course, I'm not going to invite him in since I'm leaving. Monica, you can say your final bye bye to the audience.
Well, thank you very much, Maria. Actually, to all the listeners out there, all the viewers out there, one thing I can tell you is we are living today, but we are also living tomorrow. So whatever you do today will account for your tomorrow and your other days to come. And not only you, but even your lineage. So whatever we do, we must be careful, and please let us remove the word patriotism from paper and we put it at heart. Let us be patriotic. Whatever we do it for our country, for the good of our country. Not only you, but think about others as well. Thank you very much. Good night.
Thank you so much, Monica, and of course, Hilary Kabandize. Thank you so much, Fred Banage. Thank you, Mugisa Davis. Thank you so much for those who have joined us in our panel today, and the viewers, GB Jabba, Kewo Yams, Roy Davidson, Joby from Kenya, and our Mamzei from South Africa. Thank you so much, Mukwende from Ghana, and all those who have been watching from Cindy, Uganda, Kampala. Thank you so much for watching. It has been Africa Maria, the darkest berry on Bitokachu Wanyu, Amoti. Monica, thank you for joining. Looking forward to having you guys yet tomorrow, where we should come with yet another hot topic. Stay tuned.
I went to Juba, South.
The first civilization to take Africans out.
Yayo gwe toli mu studio nzaale muzekka kati.